Everybody else is just as scared as you are. So
She's gonna be safe with the prince, and she's not gonna be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
The drama surrounding Rachel Zegler's fall from Hollywood grace is one of the most unexpected implosions the industry has seen in years. Her career wasn't supposed to look like this. She wasn't supposed to be the center of online mockery or the face of a failed Disney Empire experiment. She was supposed to be the new Golden Girl, the musical prodigy, the future of modern Hollywood. But somewhere between the rise, the praise, the pressure, and the spotlight, something cracked, and that crack spiraled into a collapse no one could have predicted. Rachel's story began like a fairy tale, almost too perfect to be real. Born in New Jersey in 2001 to a Colombian mother and Polish father, she never hid her ambitions. She wasn't just another theater kid with big Broadway dreams. She was a driven, disciplined performer who treated high school stages like stepping stones to something bigger. While other teenagers were worried about exams and prom dresses, Rachel was already starring in productions of Beauty and the Beast, Les Miserables, and Shrek. Her YouTube channel filled with musical covers didn't make her a viral sensation, but it showcased something almost more valuable: raw, undisguised talent. She was aiming for the spotlight, and it was only a matter of time before the spotlight aimed back. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 2018, Steven Spielberg, yes, the Steven Spielberg, announced he was remaking West Side Story and was searching for a Latino lead. Thousands of girls auditioned, 30,000 to be exact. And yet, a 17-year-old from New Jersey walked into a room and stunned one of the greatest directors alive. Spielberg didn't just cast her, he championed her. Overnight, Rachel Zegler became a Hollywood Cinderella, a nobody-turned-leading lady through talent alone. People began calling her the next big star. Disney executives beamed, and for a brief moment, the future looked like a dream waiting to come true. But Hollywood fairy tales always come with a shadow. And midnight, as always, eventually arrived. West Side Story was supposed to be the coronation, the film that announced Rachel to the world as the next generational talent. Critics praised her, her performance was emotional and genuine, and she held her own in a film carrying Spielberg's name. But the box office didn't care. Audiences had grown tired of musicals, tired of remakes, tired of nostalgia reboots. Despite the talent, despite the pedigree, the film flopped financially. It wasn't her fault, but in Hollywood, perception matters more than truth. Still, the industry stood behind her. Spielberg's approval is a currency that can't be bought, and for a while, it kept her afloat. Then the first hairline fracture appeared at the 2022 Academy Awards. Rachel, star of a multi-Oscar-nominated film, wasn't invited. And instead of brushing it off, she took to social media and aired her disappointment publicly. "I'm not invited," she wrote, turning a simple snub into an online spectacle. Fans pressured the Academy. Headlines exploded. And within days, the Academy bent, inviting her and even giving her a presenting role. It should have been a victory, but to many within the industry, it was a warning sign. The entitlement, the dramatics, the public manipulation. Those were traits Hollywood only tolerated from people who had already paid their dues. Rachel hadn't. And her habit of turning inconveniences into controversies was only getting started. Her next major blow came with Shazam! Fury of the Gods. It was supposed to be a fun, harmless detour into superhero territory, a way to expand her range before stepping into her biggest role yet. Instead, she laughed during an interview and admitted she only took the role because she needed a job. It was a joke that landed like a bomb. Studios expect their stars to sell the illusion that every project is special. Instead, Rachel had told the world she didn't care. And when Shazam 2 bombed catastrophically, she became an easy target. "I needed a job" became a symbol of everything fans hated about Hollywood's new wave of young, self-aware actors who seemed more interested in irony than professionalism. But even that wasn't the defining disaster. That honor would belong to Disney's Snow White. When it was announced that Rachel would lead the iconic remake, it was supposed to be her crowning achievement. She was young, diverse, immensely talented, and capable of carrying the studio's next major musical franchise. Disney hoped she would become their next Jennifer Lawrence. Outspoken, confident, relatable. Instead, she became something else entirely. During the press tour, Rachel didn't just promote the film, she dismantled it. She criticized the original 1937 classic, called The Prince a Stalker, and dismissed the original storyline as outdated. She boasted that her Snow White didn't need a man and was reimagined as a leader rather than a dreamer. Perhaps she didn't understand that fans weren't asking for reinvention. They were asking for nostalgia. Her comments spread like wildfire. Each interview clip seemed more smug than the last, and the internet quickly turned on her. It wasn't just criticism anymore. It was disdain. Fans accused her of arrogance, ingratitude, and a fundamental misunderstanding of what made Snow White timeless. She became the center of a culture war she wasn't equipped to fight. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Social media flooded with memes, edits, and commentary mocking her every interview. Even Brie Larson's infamous Captain Marvel press disaster felt tame in comparison. Overnight, Rachel Zegler transitioned from rising star to Hollywood's most disliked princess. Upcoming trailers became some of the most disliked videos in Disney history. Every new interview was ammunition, every soundbite a spark for a new wave of outrage. The so-called Zegler War had begun, and the internet had chosen its target. Disney panicked. Executives reportedly tried to rein her in, assigning social media handlers and delaying the release of Snow White by over a year to let the negativity fade. It didn't. Then Rachel stepped into another firestorm by sharing political opinions on the Israel-Palestine conflict at a time when celebrities were being scrutinized more than ever. Disney intervened again, reportedly asking her to take posts down. She refused. And with that, whatever was left of her public favor evaporated. By early 2025, Rachel's career was a sinking ship. No amount of damage control could erase the interviews, the comments, or the perceived disrespect toward fans in the source material. When Snow White finally released in March 2025, it flopped catastrophically. Critics called it lifeless, preachy, and soulless, and the audience turnout reflected exactly that. The movie didn't just lose money, it lost hundreds of millions. And Rachel, as the face of the film, became the face of the failure. She wasn't simply an actress in a bad movie. She became the symbol of everything audiences were fed up with in modern Hollywood. Entitlement without achievement, reinvention without respect, messaging without magic. Co-stars kept their distance. Rumors of on-set tension spread. By the time award season rolled around, Rachel had gone from Hollywood's next superstar to the punchline of the year. Memes mocked her relentlessly. Mirror, mirror, who ended her career? The answer seemed unanimous. After the dust settled, Rachel vanished from Hollywood. No new roles. No announcements. No studio interest. She retreated to London's West End to perform in Evita, far away from the spotlight she once chased. It was a respected role, but for Rachel it felt like exile. Ticket sales struggled, and for the first time she faced the harsh truth. The industry she once stood at the center of had moved on without her. Once touted as Spielberg's chosen one, she was now avoided by studios fearful of the PR chaos that followed her. All the talent in the world couldn't save her from the fact that she had become, in the eyes of many, Hollywood's biggest self-inflicted failure. And yet Hollywood loves redemption arcs. Maybe she disappears long enough for people to forget. Maybe she returns humbler, wiser, and ready to rebuild. But the odds are steep. The internet remembers. The memes remain. And the $300 million disaster known as Snow White will haunt her name for years, maybe decades. Still, every downfall carries a lesson, and Rachel Zegler's story is no different. It's a reminder that fame is fragile, that talent can be overshadowed by ego, and that in a world fueled by public perception, one wrong move can become the moment that defines you. Hollywood didn't destroy her. She destroyed herself. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Can Rachel Zegler ever come back from this? Or is her place in Hollywood history carved in stone as a cautionary tale? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dives into the rise and fall of Hollywood's most controversial figures, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories from the ever-changing empire of fame.